always knew that I wanted to study abroad, and also I'm an Italian major, so it was important for me.
I studied abroad in Japan to, I guess, further develop my Japanese language communication skills, and I thought that it would be a great experience for me to get out of America and just see what other cultures had to offer.
I picked Florence because just out of the two options, Rome and Florence, they had a year program in Florence that I could study at the university with Italian students.
While I was in Japan, there was a lot of things that made me like, I'm so not in America anymore. For instance, there was a time where me and my friends went to this club, and because we showed our, I guess, American ID, they let us in free of charge while all the other Japanese natives were like waiting in line. So there was definitely privilege to be associating with like, I guess, international student, and it was an amazing experience for me. And I was like, yes, because they don't treat me like this in America, so I was special in Japan.
What I liked best about being away was that I just loved to live on my own. It's a lot different than living in a dorm at Rutgers. I used to go home every weekend and work. And when I was in Italy, I was really by myself. I learned how to live on my own, I learned how to cook, and I met so many different people from different cultures.
The one thing I could say I missed about being away was that I just missed my family. That's the one thing I didn't really like about being in Japan. But during, like, I guess, the holidays, I just felt a little, like, sad. But after that, I would be like, oh, whatever.
I funded my trip by working really, really hard. I knew that I wanted to study abroad in Italy for probably since freshman year, so I started working ever since then, and I worked all summer. I would go home on the weekends to work. Also, I got a few scholarships and grants.
While I was in Japan, I did a lot of traveling. I went to Tokyo, I went to Hiroshima, I went to South Korea, Seoul. Like, I just had a great time. I mean, I was in Asia, therefore I wanted to see as many Asian countries as possible. So I would just say I traveled and I tried to do things out of the norm.
I went to 10 different countries while I studied abroad. My favorites probably included Spain, and I went to Oktoberfest in Germany.
In Japan, I had a part-time job. I worked at an elementary school, and I was an assistant English language teacher. And I really found that very fulfilling, actually. A lot of the kids really looked up to me, and like, they just asked me a lot of questions and poured themselves out to me, and I really embraced that. And I think that that was one thing that I would do again if I went back to Japan.
I actually got a part-time job at a marketing agency, and I was a receptionist there. Also, I would sing at a local pub every once in a while, and I would make some pocket money. And on a Thursday night like this one, I would probably be doing karaoke at the local pub. Penso che è molto importante che studenti americani studiano fuori e non vedo l'ora di ritornare a Firenze. Mi è piaciuto molto e mi sono innamorato della città.
Grazie.